the 5th, 1994. Here we are with an unusual man. I'm visiting a Holocaust survivor, one for not too many who survive. He is in front of me. What's your name?
Having Belfer.
Where you have been born, please?
Lodz, Poland.
And tell me where you have been in the time from World War II, from 1939 to 1945.
In 1939 I was in Lodz. In 1940 I did go to a little town, Chmielnik, with my family. And from over there, from Chmielnik, they took me to the concentration camp, to Buchenwald, and to Skarżysko-Kamienno first. And from Skarżysko-Kamienno I was 22 months. After this was an evacuation to go to Buchenwald. In Buchenwald I was by 8 days, I think so. And from Buchenwald they sent me to another camp, Schlieben, in Schlieben. This was in Sachsen, in Germany. And from over there I was for 3 months. But the director took me back to another camp, the Moseldres, in Thuringen. And from over there, after in April 45, they took us off the train to Czechoslovakia. And from Czechoslovakia, the train was bombed. So all the people go down from the train, they gave us a little bread, and we could go in the Tamarch, but they didn't know where. But we ran away, I but another one ran away from the company, and we 3 times, the same commanderführer catched us, and 3 times we ran away, till 1945 was liberated in a little village, Pilsen in Czechoslovakia.
This is a short story from a Holocaust survivor. Word couldn't describe the pain and suffering which this man went through. He was sick, he had tuberculosis, he survived the Holocaust. It's unusual to visit the house of this man, his studio. In front of me is one from not too many artists who survived from a generation which have been eliminated and annihilated by the Nazis. And here I am in the house from this man, Irving Belfer, an artist in his studio, visiting. And you please take a short tour with me. He was starting the tour of this unusual collection of the work, a lifetime collection of a work of a man, his feeling which he is expressing, his work. First of all, take a look about this art, the pieces of art which this man created in memory of our loved one, who perished in the time for the Holocaust. Would you mind so kind to describe me this piece of art sculpture which you made on the wall, please?
To describe?
Yes.
I didn't make this, I'm not an artist. I am a talented man. From a young boy, and I did make all the time, the little things, everything. Even now, I did make to remember from the concentration camp, from the Holocaust, and I make over 200 pieces, because I did make in the house to see. And a lot of organization from the old people.
No, ich kann all die eliminate, nur so ich will nicht. Ich will, als ich das mir sagen, was express this. What is this painting expressing? That's what I make a mask. Okay? You can eliminate it. Okay. Listen.
Don't pay me, but I don't know what you mean.
Okay, now, what I like. Wait a minute, I turn off the camera. Wait a minute. Let's start our visit in the studio from this unusual man, the artist, one for not too many who survived the Holocaust. Here we have a piece in the memory of our love. And tell me, when you create this, what you have been feeling in the time when you create this, piece of art.
When I created this, I had in mind to remember my family and the 6 million, and the 6 million was buried in the concentration camp and in the gas chamber. I created this in my house with tears. When I make this, I had tears in the eyes all the time to show this to the other people, but they didn't know. When it's written here, remember the martyrs from 6 million, 1.5 million children in the Hebrew, Zachor, Kedoshim. Remember the holy arts.
Here again, we are on another piece of art which this unusual man create in the memory of the Holocaust. Here's the artist, but again in front of a piece of art that this man created. The music, the background, Elmur Rachman. And here's the man who, too loud.
Not ever? Loud.
Here again, I am with this man. Again, here I am with this unusual man in front of one pieces of art which he created in the honor of his tragic past, in the honor of the Holocaust. Tell me in your own word what this piece of art presents, please.
This art presents when my 6 million was perished in the concentration camp, in the crematoriums, in my family, and I created this. Took me almost 2 years to make, with tears in the eyes all the time when they make this. You see, all is 600 stars. For every stars represent 10,000 people was perished. Here I make also six faded stars from front. I have 6 wires, but from the concentration camp here was in the wires, the electric wire, with 6 turrets. And the 6 turrets, they're like German Nazis to this day in Bach. I make with 6 candles. And all the time I remember, all my dear family was perished, but I lost my family. And I after over there, I pray, I'm Mullah Rahman, just I pray after the death. And with tears in the eyes all the time, I didn't remember when I did make this the whole time.
This is the artist who is expressing his feeling in the history when he made the sculpture in the memory of our loved ones, the 6 million who perished in the time of the Holocaust. So many years ago, you can listen to the man when he described still his feeling with a trembling voice. He described the moment when he created his memory of his loved one who perished in the time of the Holocaust. And this which is revealed, this which will be, which will stay after he is gone, never to forget our loved one who perished in the time of the Holocaust. Is something unusually. From both sides you have the beginning of the 10 Commandments, because the only crime in which the 6 million perished was they have been born Jewish. For this they have to disappear. For this the German put them in the oven, not to leave a trace, to burn them, not to leave a trace, a sign for a race, for a people, for a culture. But they didn't have the luck, to remove the signs. We are here, and people like him, who are the witness of the atrocity, the witness of the sorrow, of the pain, which our loved one went through. This is a monument for our loved one who perished in the time of the Holocaust. And this is the man who created an artist, one for not too many who survived the Holocaust. And he is spending his later years of his life to create pieces of art expressing his sorrow, his feeling of the dark days of his youth. He is in the later years, and still he's creating. And let's take a tour of his studio. Beside the pieces in the memory of our loved one, the men create a couple hundred pieces of art, and I would like that you go with me and visit the display of the pieces of art of this unusual.